Well, good evening and welcome to 100 Poems in 100 Days. I'm Robert Stocks. Today we're going to talk fishing. I've got a poem from my past with my mate Pete. He and I and the dog went fishing. Didn't quite work out how we planned. Here's the poem. Enjoy. It's called The Hidden Ocean. Deep winter punctuated by squally winds and heavy showers. Fueled up by fishing stories and a need for outdoor adventure, we packed up the old Toyota, including fishing gear, Olish the dog, and his beanbag, and head south through the rolling, wooded, green hills. In search of sea and a feed of its freshest offerings, shining and twisting fair, sliding out of a liquid home. Produce from the deep green. An hour later, walking out of the bakery, loaded with warm pastries, pies and buns, and a sausage roll for the Hungarian Vizsla in the back, sitting upon his beloved beanbag. Hoping to find a new beach, we drive south, deeper south than we've ever been before. Driving, and driving, to a point where surely we should have touched the water by now. Another hour passes, and not a glimpse of turquoise waters, let alone an inviting sandy beach. Beneath swaying tree limbs, we pull off the road for the relief of a toilet break. Clouds of polystyrene balls erupt from the car's back door as we let the dog out for a stretch, the hole in the beanbag bleeding white like snow into the wind. Another hour later, we see the green sea in the distance, but the road keeps taking us further away from our desire. We settle on a hill lookout, falling away down to the farmstead and a long, wild beach below. Unpacking and lugging our gear, we descend down the steep hillside with hidden footfalls and slippery grass. Still excited at the prospect of casting our lines out into the waves. Then we watch the winter squall speed across the water from Kangaroo Island. With hands encumbered, we are unable to protect faces from the smash of driving hail and heavy rain. The dog's upset by the weather, and Pete ties his fishing line from his rod to Olash to his collar to keep him close. Suddenly the dog discovers a small flock of sheep hidden up until now by a gully. Pete's rod goes taut and bends under the weight of a dog dashing off down the hill. Like a professional, Pete plants his feet, bending knee, trying to stop the drag on the line, to no avail. Finally, he gives chase down the hill and eventually manages to halt the charge of the dog. 20 minutes later, we come to a service road to the homestead. The hill drops away further, sharply now down to the beach, and requires careful descent. The dog, gallivanting, drops straight over the edge, tumbling down into the sand. We pick our way down, relieved the dog seems less worse for wear. Along the wind-strewn beach, the boys now rig up and cast out into the raging surf. Discovering the powerful currents, they're clogged with kelp and weed, and they move with the strength of Neptune, ripping hook, sinker and bait from the fishing lines. After a few feeble attempts without even a bite, they look at each other, aggrieved by the ocean. Cutting their losses, silently they pack up, ascend from the tidal zone, climbing up the green steep hillside, past sheep and rain-soaked gullies, to the car. They weather the long, melancholy return drive, with yet another fishing story to tell. So there's my fishing adventure today. There could be a few more of these stories up my sleeve, you never know. So you better come back tomorrow and see what's in store. For now, hang on to that sense of gratitude you have, look for the beauty around you, and keep moving forward in your life. See you next time.